Hi, my name is Akhil, and today I'll be presenting my case study, which is the 2018 Marriott data breach. So, the topics that we'll be covering today include the case study itself, the issue analysis, recommendation, and reflection on ethical implications. So, towards the end of 2018, Marriott International learned that hackers had gained access to their customer booking system, and about 500 million uh, guest data was stolen, which included their names, birth dates, passport numbers, email addresses, credit card information, and booking details such as check-in and check-out dates. So this led to one of the largest digital crimes in history, and as a result, Marriott will fine nearly 24 million US dollars, and along with negative publicity and backlash. It was later discovered that the breach had originated from pre-existing safety issues when Marriott purchased Starwood in 2016. So the issue analysis will cover privacy concerns, surveillance practices, information misuse, and impact on internet services. So in terms of the privacy concerns, Marriott had violated the GDPR as they failed to notify authorities within 3 days of being aware of the breach. And as mentioned earlier, they were also fined nearly $24 million by the ICO as they failed to conduct adequate investigation and analysis before acquiring Starwood. They could have also violated Canada's Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, as nearly 13 million records that were compromised were residents from Canada. And because of this, they also could have violated Principle 4.5 and 4.7 of the aforementioned Act, as they failed to put appropriate security mechanisms in place. So, in terms of surveillance practices, Marriott were utilizing IBM Guardian to protect their databases, but when the alarm was raised by the software, hackers had already duplicated the files for data extrusion. So, many theories suggest that the culprits of the case were Chinese intelligence services, as the techniques and algorithms used were methods adopted by the Chinese hackers to to obtain large volumes of data from the US. And roughly $30 million was suffered by Marriott when it comes to their total damages. And because of its weaknesses in cybersecurity, their shares fell a whopping 5% and sales loss of over 1 billion US dollars. So, following the breach, zero trust safety protocols became widely used for anyone attempting to gather data from an encrypted network, which uses techniques such as microsegmentation and multi-factor authentication techniques. So, in terms of changes in policy, the CCPA was introduced where businesses must explain why they collect clients' private information, and when it comes to public perception, customers were afraid to reveal their data to hotel agencies. So, in terms of recommendations, we have short term and long term. For short term, it is enhancing information and network security as well as shutting down services. And the long term strategies include data anonymization and better understanding of cybersecurity. So, for the short term, using safety and security monitoring tools such as spyware recognition solutions can reduce the effects of potentially dangerous cyber attacks. And shutting down the services means um, affected client accounts should be frozen to prevent more data from being stolen and compromised. So for the long-term strategies, we can use data anonymization to extract and secure characteristics that link a specific person to recorded data. And it also helps preserve the data while obscuring its primary source. And lastly, Marriott's IT department should have a well-versed understanding of cybersecurity, as none of their stakeholders a had background in the security field during the breach itself. So to reflect on the ethics, Marriott violated the moral and privacy rights among guests, as well as breaching the rules of informed consent. And to avoid such things from happening, the CEO should have an advanced understanding of cybersecurity and ethical rules that are innovative and balanced need to be set up. So that is it for my presentation, and thank you for your time.